Within the West African region of 16 countries, where the average internet penetration was 32.3% at the start of 2021, Ghana's population is one of the most networked, with 50% of its citizens able to get online. Checkpoint research recorded that the country had the second lowest number of weekly cyber attacks per organization among 14 countries surveyed across Africa last year. But despite the consistent caution and education on cyber fraud, many people are still falling prey to the activities of criminals through the internet, resulting in the loss of millions of US dollars to businesses and individuals in Ghana. The Director, Legal and Coordinator of the Ministry of National Security, Osei Dixon, speaking on the sidelines of the 2022 International Cyber Conference and Security Expo, revealed that the country loses about $200 million annually to cyber security crime.
If you look at what is going on, we probably might be in more or less 100 million to 200 million a year. I can't pinpoint the exact statistics because we haven't actually validated or finally authenticated these things. But there seems to be a growing appetite for phishing attacks, social engineering, and all those things. And this is in my estimation, I think, even a modest estimation because of the nature of the threats that are perhaps underlining all around the world. There is a global feel that the skills gap is very wide. We need more than we have. Even in countries like the United States, the amount of cyber attacks that they have to deal with, for example, is horrendous, and they don't have the skills for it. So they're building. Ghana is also doing the same. I can't say with the same resource exertion, but I can say that our leadership, both at national security, at the Ministry of Communications, and the broader government machinery, as well as the private sector, it's very much on the upbeat.
Although the figure is worrying, Osei Dixon says the country's effort at fighting cybercrime is admirable.
I think that gradually it's getting more and more robust. And that's, I think, is a good thing. Our ranking, for example, in the ITU scale tells everyone we are third in Africa, and it tells you that we are doing something good. If you look, for example, at the legal infrastructure that we have, as well as the institutional infrastructure that we have. And not only that one, but the broader infrastructure in terms of awareness creation that is happening, then it's a good thing. The security sector wants to be able to understand the threats well, as well as the opportunities within the threat, because it's not only a problem that we are dealing with. Cyber is also an opportunity for us to be able to, you can see what the Israelis are doing, you can see what the Americans are doing. Ghanaians have a lot of that capacity. We just need to build our own technical responses. And that's what security governance is also about.
Her Ladyship, Gertrude Araba Isabatokunu, who preferred some solutions, indicated that collaboration and more skilled experts and capacity need to be built in the cyberspace to tackle the situation.
And Africans make by far the greatest use of mobile banking services in the world. African countries, therefore, need to urgently scale up efforts to combat cybercrime through a multi-stakeholder approach involving government, industry, and civil society organizations within the context of the African Union Convention on Cyberspace Security and Protection of Personal Data. Today, the threat of cybercrimes casts a worrying shadow on every aspect of digital development in Africa. For Africa and others in the developing world that are striving to build and strengthen digital infrastructure in every aspect of social life, including government, finance, trade, it is crucial to have a robust cybersecurity framework in place. This is necessary if we are to stem the threats posed to economic activity, economic security, and social cohesion that such cyber intrusion represents. If Africa fails to address these threats, there will be avoidable adverse impacts on economic growth, investment, and national security.